what you will learn in this course. In this section, you will learn more about federal student loans and what you should be considering before you apply for financial aid loans, as well as how to understand the terms of your loan repayment should you decide to borrow student loans. We will also go over a few terms you will need to know when it comes to the issuing of your financial aid awards, your tuition, and fee payment responsibilities. Lastly, we will go over the Office of Financial Aid's FERPA policy. Federal student loans. If you apply for financial aid, you may be offered loans as part of your school's financial aid offer. A loan is money you borrow and must pay back with interest. The U.S. Department of Education's Federal Student Loan Program is the William D. Ford Federal Direct Loan Program. There are 4 types of direct loans available, which are direct subsidized, direct unsubsidized, direct plus, and direct consolidation loans. Federal student loan benefits. Federal student loans offer many benefits compared to other options you may consider when paying for college. The interest rate on federal student loans is fixed and usually lower than on private loans, and much lower than that on a credit card. You do not need a credit check or a cosigner to get most federal student loans. You do not have to begin repaying your federal student loan until after you leave college or drop below half-time. If you demonstrate financial need, the government pays the interest on some loan types while you are in school and during some periods after school. Federal student loans offer flexible repayment plans and options to postpone your loan payments if you are having trouble making payments. If you work in certain jobs, you may be eligible to have a portion of your federal student loans forgiven if you meet certain conditions.
How much money can I borrow in federal student loans? It depends on whether you're an undergraduate student, a graduate, or professional student, or a parent. If you are an undergraduate student, the maximum amount you can borrow each year in direct subsidized loans and direct unsubsidized loans ranges from $5,500 to $12,500 per year, depending on what year you are in school and your dependency status. If you are a graduate or professional student, you can borrow up to $20,500 each year in direct unsubsidized loans. Direct plus loans can also be used for the remainder of your college costs, as determined by your school, not covered by other financial aid. If you are a parent of a dependent undergraduate student, you can receive a direct plus loan for the remainder of your child's college costs, as determined by his or her school, not covered by other financial aid.
What to consider when applying for federal direct student loans. Before applying for student loans, you should first research the starting salaries in the field that you intend to pursue. It may be tempting to borrow now and worry about repayment later, but you want to become a responsible borrower and ensure that you will be able to pay back whatever money you are borrowing during your college career within a timely manner. You also want to consider the lifestyle you want to live and envision a timeline for when that lifestyle should begin to kick in. Do you want to work incessantly for the first 5 to 10 years out of college and have all your student loan debt paid off by then, so that you can have more time to travel and vacation afterwards? Or would you prefer to take a more moderate approach and spread out your loan repayment period? These are all aspects you want to think about before deciding on an amount to borrow. Once you have thought this through and have developed a plan of action for your loan borrowing and repayment strategy, stick to your plan. Keep mental notes of where you are and how you are doing. It may also be helpful to keep written track of your progress, including how much you are borrowing and any adjustments you may end up needing to make to your plan. Understanding terms of loan repayment. You also want to make sure that you understand the terms of your loan borrowing and repayment obligations, and keep copies of all your loan documents, as well as copies of all written communications you have with your loan servicer. Understanding the terms of your loan will help you to be a better financial planner and to achieve the goals you have in mind for your future lifestyle. Be sure to make all payments on time, but if you are unable to do so, stay connected with your loan servicer. Many times, students create greater barriers to their future spending initiatives, such as not being able to purchase the first car because your credit took a hit from being sent to collections, simply because they failed to communicate. Do not be that student. If you are experiencing payment difficulties, be sure to reach out to the respective office or organization. They may be able to suggest alternative payment options that are both more manageable for you to stick to and better for your overall financial health. For more information on understanding the details of repayment on your federal student loan and material you can use to create a responsible yet feasible student loan repayment plan, use the following links to studentaid.gov topics, including repayment plan options that are available to you, when you must begin making payments towards your student loan, how you can make those student loan payments, how you can pay off your loan even faster than expected, and what to do if you're having trouble making your payments or making your payments on time. Financial aid terms and concepts. Now, we will review some terms that you will need to familiarize yourself with during your college career. First, let us talk about pending financial aid. Pending financial aid is financial aid that has been approved and posted to your CUNY First account, but has not paid out to your tuition bill for the semester yet. Often, students will believe that there is some problem with their financial aid because they still have a full balance, even though they can see the posted financial aid awards on their electronic bill in CUNY First. This is not the case. Each semester, your financial aid, once approved, will initially post to your CUNY First account as pending or anticipated. Your pending awards will also be posted with dates so that you know exactly when you can expect your award to be paid out. We will give a name to these dates in a moment. Disbursed financial aid is financial aid that is finally paid out to your tuition bill for the semester. With a few exceptions, such as federal emergency grants, your financial aid will first apply towards any tuition and fee balances that have not yet been paid. These are not direct payments to you, but are direct payments to your tuition and fee charges in CUNY First. We already mentioned that when your financial aid awards initially load as pending, each award will be posted with the date that you can expect your award to pay out. This date is referred to as the disbursement date. The disbursement date is the scheduled date at which your financial aid award converts from the pending status to the disbursed status. The actual disbursement date will differ for each type of financial aid award and the time at which the award is posted as pending. For this reason, it is common for students to have several disbursement dates within a single semester. This concept is important when determining the timeline of your refund. If you are in fact eligible for the refund, your financial aid refund is simply a direct payment issued to you, the student. Whenever your total financial aid award package exceeds the tuition and fee charges for the term, because financial aid disbursements are not all occurring at the same time, and because financial aid refunds are only processed after the last dollar of your outstanding balance has been fully paid off, the type of financial aid you receive and the time at which the award is posted will determine how early you can get your financial aid refund. With a few exceptions, such as book advances and federal emergency grants, financial aid refunds are only processed after that financial disbursement that takes your outstanding balance below $0. For this reason, you will see your outstanding balance decrease a few times throughout the semester as each scheduled disbursement occurs before you ever receive a refund. On a similar note, because of the differing disbursement dates, you may receive a refund that is lower than the amount you originally calculated or confirmed with the Office of Financial Aid. This is okay, as long as you can still see that your remaining expected financial aid is still in the pending phase. Once the final disbursement date has passed, all financial aid refunds will be processed and sent out by the Office of the Bursar. Financial aid. Terms and concepts continued. We mentioned the book advance on the previous screen, but have not defined it until now. Your book advance is an advanced refund from the federal Pell Grant that has been approved, finalized, and posted to CUNY First as pending or anticipated financial aid. The book advance is made available to all eligible students before the actual Pell Grant is scheduled to be dispersed. To be eligible for the federal Pell Grant, a student must 1. Be enrolled for the respective team. 2. Have enough Pell Plus TAP Tuition Assistance Program or FSEOG Federal Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant to both cover their outstanding balance from the term and a refund that is at least the amount of the book advance amount. And 3. Have that sufficient combination of Pell plus TAP and or FSEOG by the time of the first Pell disbursement. This means that the student must have enough Pell plus TAP or SEOG, Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grants, within the first 3 weeks of the semester in question. The purpose of the book advance is to help assist students with some of the early costs of enrollment, such as the cost of books, supplies, and other course-related materials. You should note that federal financial aid cannot be processed until the FAFSA free application for federal student aid and all required follow-up verification have been completed. We will talk more about the concept of verification in the How to Apply section of this module, but simply put, verification is the process that schools use to confirm that the information entered on your FAFSA form is accurate. This means that having an incomplete FAFSA or submitting a completed FAFSA application but not completing the required verification process within the first 3 weeks of the semester can cause you to be ineligible for that advance refund from Pell. In this case, you will simply have to wait for the normal refund of the Pell in accordance with the regularly scheduled disbursement date, if you are eligible for the refund. More information regarding the refund process and timeline will be provided in the Bursar module. FERPA, Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. The Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, or FERPA, gives students the right to review their education records and have that information protected and secured from being disclosed to any interested third parties. Part of this right is to allow students to consent in writing whenever they wish the college to disclose any information regarding their education records. For the Office of Financial Aid, this means that most of your records generated and held by our office cannot and will not be disclosed without your consent. This includes, but is not limited to, information regarding your grades, course schedules, disciplinary records, financial aid applications, financial aid history, including information from transferred institutions, cost of attendance, including documentation used to make any adjustments to your cost of attendance, eligibility status and any records related thereof, federal student aid fund disbursement, satisfactory academic programs, or SAP, verification status and any documents used to complete the verification, federal direct loan entrance, and exit counseling history or status. Financial records, including tuition and billing, financial aid posted, and loan repayment records. To view CUNY's full FERPA policy, please follow the link in the video description below. Thank you. Thank you for sitting with us during the Federal Financial Aid module. We will meet again for when we will discuss how to apply for federal financial aid, what follow-up steps you may need to take after you apply, such as completing the verification process if you are selected, deadlines, and a few common FAQs, frequently asked questions, when it comes to submitting the FAFSA application. See you there!